Lady Gaga has become one of the biggest superstars of our generation, with each year bringing even more projects and fame. Most recently, she's taken on the iconic role of Harley Quinn in the new Joker movie, alongside releasing an album inspired by the character. Today we're diving into the mysterious story surrounding Lina Morgana, Lady Gaga's former collaborator from the early days of her career. Could Lina's tragic death have a hidden connection to Gaga's success? Stick around and let's uncover the strange and haunting details. Lina Morgana was born in January 1989 in Russia. Her childhood was anything but simple. Her parents divorced before she moved with her mother to the United States, settling in Staten Island, New York when she was still a teenager. New to the US and the challenges that came with it, Lina clung to her passion: music. Determined to achieve her American dream, she poured herself into singing and songwriting, quickly gaining recognition for her raw talents and captivating stage presence. Lina wasn't just another singer trying to make it big. By the mid-2000s, she was already popular on MySpace. And to those who don't know the platform, it used to be an equivalent of today's Facebook in the early 2000s. On there, her voice and style caught the attention of various music producers. She was even on the radar of major labels, and reportedly had interest from Sony for a publishing deal, which is a huge stepping stone in the music industry. Her music even found its way onto TV channels like MTV and VH1, and some of her songs played in stores like Urban Outfitters. It seemed like Lina's dreams of stardom were just within reach. Around 2007, Lina's career intersected with that of another up-and-coming artist, Stefani Germanotta, who we know now as Lady Gaga. Lina had started working with Fusari, a notable music producer who had worked with artists like Destiny's Child. Fusari saw potential in both Lina and Gaga, and it was through him that the two artists met. Or, not exactly. No one knows if they ever met in real life. However, there are some songs that feature Lady Gaga and Lina together. They might have been recorded during separate sessions. One of them is Wonderland, which I'll play now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold your breath, count to 11. Bodies move in Wonderland. Open mouths, kiss and we dance. Touch on me, baby. Touch on me, baby. Touch on me, baby.
I have to admit, it sounds really good, and it kind of reminds me of Lady Gaga's The Fame era, which was of course recorded around the same time. By this time, Lina had developed her unique style, a dark, gothic, and somewhat edgy persona. She had a voice that was expressive and haunting, and she wasn't afraid to go into darker themes. It wasn't long before people in New York music scene saw her as a rising star, someone with the potential to make it big. But in 2008, just as her career was gaining momentum and she was even planning to compete in the Miss New York pageant, a tragedy struck. On October 4th, 2008, Lina Morgana fell from the roof of a Staten Island hotel. The incident was announced to be a suicide, but to this day, questions remain unanswered. Why would someone so young and talented with a promising career ahead take her own life? There was no public record of Lina struggling with severe mental health issues, and her sudden death shocked everyone who knew her. But what's particularly strange is how quickly the news disappeared. While Lina's death made headlines briefly, she was often referred to simply as a jumper, with little mention of her name or her musical career. To her fans and especially her family, this seemed wrong, almost like someone was trying to erase her story. Some alleged witnesses reportedly saw her dancing on the rooftop before falling from it, but the information hasn't been confirmed. Her mother Yana has publicly questioned the circumstances of her daughter's death. According to Yana, there was no indication that Lina was suicidal. She was on the verge of major success, and she had so much to live for. What's more, Yana has gone on record saying she believes Gaga holds Lina's soul, accusing Gaga of using Lina's style, image, and even life story to craft her own persona. In one of her publications, she said, Gaga was completely different. It was only after the death of my beloved Lina that she became what she is today. Everything she says in interviews and tells about herself are Lina's words. She repeats them. She talks about her dark, tragic life and suffering, but as a child she had everything she could possibly want. She was raised in a very wealthy family, which the media hides. Lady Gaga went to the same school as Nicki and Paris Hilton. It was Lina who understood the outcasts of society, because she had a very difficult life. The video that I'm showing you right now is made by Lina's mother soon after her death, and from what I see, some of their looks indeed look similar. Some comparisons, for example this one, seem to be a bit exaggerated. I mean, Lina didn't involve soap bubbles, but for example these looks look literally the same, which is quite disturbing to be honest. Lina's mother wanted to release her music officially after her death. However, neither Gaga's team nor Rob Fusari allowed her to do so for unknown reasons. There are also some additional references to Lina and Gaga's art. They're subtle though, and all remain within the realm of conspiracy theory. In the song Aura from her art pop album, she opens with the line, "I killed my former, I left her in the trunk on Highway 10. However, this doesn't make much sense since Highway 10 runs through the southern United States, while Lina lived and died in New York. What's more convincing to me is a clip from her documentary 5'2", available on Netflix. This scene, by the way, was cut from the original version of the documentary. Let's take a look.
This thing about the paparazzi, I'm going to do it while I'm bleeding to death and reminding you of what fame did to Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
The original Norma Jean. And what it did to Anna Nicole Smith. And what it did to... Yeah. Do you know who? I can use none of that footage.
So who is this person she's talking about at the end of the video? In my opinion, it's very possible that she could be referring to Lina. However, nothing's confirmed. 2 years after Lina's tragic death, Lady Gaga released a music video for her hit song, Paparazzi. In the video, Gaga is betrayed by her lover and thrown off a balcony, falling to what seems like her death. She later seeks revenge, but it's the image of her falling that's so similar to Lina's story. The video also includes a fictional newspaper headline reading, "Lady No More Gaga," which some fans believe to be a subtle reference to Lina Morgana's initials, LM, and a play on words for No More Lina Morgana. Lady No More Gaga, No More Lina Morgana. You get it. This cryptic message, paired with Lady Gaga's theatrical fall in the video, has fueled speculations that it might be a nod to Lina's tragic death. While these connections are largely speculative, they raise a lot of questions about the real-life events that might have inspired Gaga's work. Of course, Lady Gaga likely knew what happened to Lina and was aware of Yana's accusations. Still, she chose to portray a strikingly similar situation in her video. This might have been a coincidence, or perhaps she wanted to create some controversy. But there's also a third possibility, that something darker lies behind it, a reference to Lina's sacrifice for Gaga's fame. In 2010, Rob Fusari filed a $30.5 million lawsuit against Lady Gaga, claiming that he was owed royalties and that he had helped create the Lady Gaga persona. This lawsuit, however, included some mysterious elements that were never fully disclosed. Gaga's legal team requested that certain sensitive documents in the case be sealed to avoid inflicting significant personal harm on her. While this request was granted, it has led to more questions. What information was so sensitive that it needed to be hidden from the public eye? Some conspiracy theorists suggest that these documents might hold clues about Lina Morgana's influence on Gaga's career, or possibly even details about their friendship and Lina's tragic death. The fact that Fusari has remained silent about Lina since her death has also fueled suspicions that there might be more to that story than we know. It's important to mention that Fusari and Gaga were even dating at some point, and taking that into consideration, it's possible that Lina's tragedy intertwines with their romance. My guess is that Rob probably wanted to get into a relationship with Lina first, since she was his first collaborator. Gaga was basically just co-writing Lina's songs back then. But when Lina stepped back, probably because she already had a boyfriend, Fusari decided to go all in on Gaga Gaga and make her a pop star instead of Lina. Obviously, this is just a speculation, but it kind of makes the most sense that way. Recently, Lady Gaga's decision to play Harley Quinn in the upcoming film Joker has stirred up some new speculation. Harley Quinn is a complex character with a dark past, often caught in toxic and manipulative relationships. Some fans draw parallels between Harley Quinn's story and Lina's life. Before her death, Lina was reportedly in a difficult relationship where her partner threatened self-harm to manipulate her. To add another layer, Gaga released a soundtrack for the Joker movie on October 4th, which happens to be the same date that Lina died. This is a really unsettling coincidence. So what really happened? Is there any truth to these theories linking Lady Gaga's success to Lina Morgana's untimely death? Or is it simply a series of strange coincidences mixed with fan speculation? Lady Gaga has never publicly addressed these rumors about Lina, and I don't think it will ever happen. I think some of the theories are really far-fetched, and if you try hard enough, you can link everything that Gaga does in her career to Lina. What's particularly chilling is that over a decade later, there's still so little information about Lina's death. Every story, every rumor only deepens the mystery. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe there's a connection between Lady Gaga and Lina Morgana's story? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this deep dive, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye.